Hey, so what's good, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? I'm Jabari Showtime. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Man, without further ado, now that you're tapped in and tuned into this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on every social media platform at Jabari Showtime. Now, today, well, as of right now, this video, I will drop some more content later, but as of right now, on this particular video, I wanted to talk about my experience with DoorDash. All right, so over the past, I would say about 5 years, 6 years, going on about 5, 6 years. I've been kind of dipping and dabbing and mingling and doing side income hustles, and even at some point a full-time hustle using delivery apps like Uber Eats, Instacart, and also DoorDash. All right, and most recently I've been very active on DoorDash. Now, as of about, I want to say, it's been going on maybe a month. I just haven't realized it. Maybe a month has been going on since the last time I was able to use DoorDash. So the funny thing that happened was, before I even kind of just get into, why, how everything started, I just want to kind of put a bit of an emphasis on what kind of just happened, right? So about a month ago, for some odd reason, every time I open up the app on my phone, linking to DoorDash, Dasher app, whatever reason, the app would lag, right? So this went on for about a couple of weeks or so. Then I would, even if I would close out the app, reboot it, it would still lag for some strange reason. It was still kind of it wouldn't necessarily take me to a home screen or anything like that where I can click on anything else. So I would have to close it out, reopen it, right? So this would go on for weeks. And then all of a sudden one day, I just reopen the app again. The same thing is happening. But I kind of scroll a little bit and I'm able to exit out and press this X button, right? So from here, I have to log back in, right? So you log back in. Those that utilize the DoorDash app, you log back in with your phone number, email, etc., whatever, right? Because they'll send a verification to your phone, right? So that's pretty much how that works. So I do all of that just for DoorDash to notify me saying that my account has been pretty much deactivated. Now, let's kind of press for wine at this point. Let's press for wine. All right, so I've been doing DoorDash. Now, I did mention that at the beginning of the video that I've been doing delivery apps for going on about the past 5 years or so. However, I just got into DoorDash, I want to say about a year and a half ago, somewhere around that. It hasn't been too long. And the reason why it took me so long to kind of get into DoorDash, because number one, I remember when I first tried to sign up, whew. All right. Yeah, so I remember when the first time I tried to sign up for DoorDash a couple years ago, way back 2020, 2021, they had kind of pretty much a cap. They had a cap on how many people could pretty much utilize and work for DoorDash and even sign up for DoorDash. So that was kind of the barrier and the stepping stone that I kind of ran into. I wasn't able to sign up for DoorDash, years ago, back in 2019, 2020 maybe, due to them having a limit constraint on how many people can utilize DoorDash, because they want everybody to have an equal amount of opportunity to, make dashes and earn money and earn income, right? So that was that. So about, I guess we want to say maybe around late 2023 or early 2024, I signed up for DoorDash and I started working and doing DoorDash on the side of my 2 jobs I had at the time, right? I got into education last year. This is my second year of education, teaching full-time, and I was also working at Papa's Barbecue. part-time on the weekends and even some days throughout the week. Let me know if y'all think down in the comment section below if y'all want me to talk about my other career path journeys outside of this side hustle with DoorDash. Because I will make more, vulnerable and open expression videos like this more often. Because I really just got some things I just want to get off on my chest. Especially me being in my late 20s now, getting ready to enter into my 30s, I kind of just want to document some of the things that's kind of just been transpiring going on in my life, my personal life. So y'all can get to know me, man. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't sports and entertainment all the time, I got a life too. But yeah, so I signed up for DoorDash. And I pretty much like it for the most part. It's very convenient. I think it's very organized, and I think it doesn't really ask for too much, right? So if you're somebody that utilize Uber Eats, I may make another separate video for Uber Eats and talk about why I can't use Uber Eats no more, but that's another story. So with DoorDash, you just need, bro, a phone, a car, I guess a license. Like I can't remember all the things that the DoorDash app pretty much asked from me when I signed up, because I honestly don't recall them asking for my copy of insurance and registration, which I always have a copy of. So if it's nothing for me to just take out my camera phone and snapshot the copy paper and send it off to them through the app to verify that I have insurance, right? It's nothing for me to do that, right? It's nothing for me to show them my ID/driver's license, right? Those things are just, it's things that I can pretty much compromise and confirm, right? So that was that. But for the most part, man, I don't ever recall DoorDash whenever it's, every 6 months or so, whenever my insurance expires, asking me, hey, can you send over another confirmation of the copy of your insurance that's, up to date. I've never recalled DoorDash doing that, right? So that's why I kind of say like, what does DoorDash really require from drivers? Really not much. I guess a valid driver's license, a phone, and a vehicle, right? So that's pretty much one of the pros and perks of, delivering for DoorDash. They're not asking for much. Now, so yeah, I like the payout options. So when I first got onto DoorDash, they didn't have these digital cards like the Crimson card that they have now. Also the Dasher Direct card that they have. I registered for both of these cards and everything like that. I got the Crimson card in my mail. I also was able to pretty much utilize my Apple Wallet and kind of pretty much transfer these cards to my Apple Wallet so that I can use, tap pay and things like that, which it became very convenient for me, right? So, as I utilize DoorDash and as I do DoorDash on the side and things like that, DoorDash was able to help pay for things like groceries, especially whenever I, got the Crimson debit card. And kind of really learned how to use it, because when they first came about it, they were bringing the Dasher Direct card and the Crimson card to kind of get away from, I guess, some of the payout methods that they originally had, and I didn't like it at first. Because when I first signed up for the Crimson card, it took a long time for it to get in the mail. I was like, hey, I gotta wait a month for this thing to come in, bro. I'm not finna sign up for this stuff. But once I got it and once I registered, did all this other stuff like that, I was like, okay, I like this. This is very convenient, right? I can, utilize it to pay. I can make withdrawals from an ATM machine, which at times was good. I only was able to make a withdrawal with my Dasher Direct card just one time for whatever strange reason. And then I went back to the ATM, and then the ATM kept blocking me from doing it, making the transaction. I guess they thought I was being hacked. But I contacted DoorDash and everything, and they didn't necessarily were able to fix that. So I just stopped using the Dasher Direct card and just started using the Crimson card, just throwing through. Right? So at some point, man, I was making a good enough income and money with DoorDash, to where I'm able to pay for my groceries. I'm also able to pay for my haircut, as well as put gas in my car. So like three weekly pretty much purchases, or 3 months weekly necessities that I kind of pretty much need: groceries, gas, and self maintenance and things like that. I was able to pay for these things all through DoorDash, right? And even at times, I made enough money to where, hey, if I wanted to go out and hang out, if I want to go out, I can possibly pay a little something with this Crimson card, right? Or Dasher Direct card at times. So it definitely, DoorDash can provide like some sort of a side income that can kind of pretty much help you take care of your inconveniences and things like that, which is pretty good, right? Especially what's going on in this economy, when a lot of things inflate, groceries, gas, and barbers even going up on their prices too. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely good to have that side of income and everything. So yeah, man, I will say this: whenever I use a DoorDash, I primarily utilize DoorDash and Dash throughout the evenings, right? Because I live, in the inner city, in a big city, to where it's a lot of traffic, a lot of ongoing traffic, bumper to bumper traffic at times throughout the day. So it can be very tough to kind of pretty much dash throughout the day, considering I have to go through traffic, considering parking can be very inconvenient around the certain stores and that I'm picking up from. So that, considering that, sometimes it's kind of best for me personally, to dash throughout the evenings. That way I don't have to worry about waiting at this light with all these other cars, or a lot of these cars on the freeway. If I have to get on the freeway, things like that, I just don't have to deal with traffic. I don't have to deal with long lines, in case a business is busy, or, this restaurant or this fast food place is busy. Don't have to deal with that so much, because if you dash and you do Uber Eats and you do these food delivery apps as a dasher and as a deliverer, you kind of start to learn the ins and outs, the hot spots, the time schedules, and when is best time to kind of pretty much go on the app and really deliver and work and things like that. And you just kind of really knows. And considering also this, man, like whenever I live in the South, I'm in Texas, so it gets hot. You know what I'm saying? It gets hot. So it's like, and the way I like station my phone in my car, in my vehicle, I have a phone stabilizer on my windshield. So my phone holder is like on my windshield, and the sun can be facing me. So whenever I'm driving in the sun and it's beaming on my windshield and it's beaming on my phone will overheat, right? And I also have it on the charger, right? Because I don't want my phone to go dead while I'm dashing, doing other stuff like that, right? So that's another thing as to why I don't dash throughout the day. That's another inconvenience, right? So traffic, phone overheating, those are kind of pretty much the main things. And even at times, long lines and waits, at these businesses and at these restaurants. So those are definitely some things to kind of really look into if you're considering dashing throughout the day. I primarily choose evening times because, that's the time where I'm off work throughout the week. And also, certain days and certain nights, it can be pretty busy. It can be pretty good. You can really make a good solid $20 to $50 within, a 2 hour to 3 hour time frame. it may take, obviously, it's a delivery, thing. So you got to trade your time for money. And also, if you're thinking about, maybe wear and tear and mileage on your vehicle. But also be conscious of where and like, hey, like, okay, what's my limit? What's my goal? Like how many days am I trying to do today? Where's my goal? How much I'm trying to make tonight? So it kind of really varies how much you're going to drive based on like, what are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? How many dashes and how much money you're trying to make that night? So, at some point I was just able to pay for my side expenses, gas, groceries, and also my haircut, right? So whenever I use DoorDash, right? So like I said, I use it in the evenings, primarily after, I get home, I may exercise, maybe before or after. But whenever I'm going on and logging into the app to Dash, I would basically, go onto the app, click Dash, and wait for the order to come to me, right? Wait for the order, wait for my notification to bing before I accept it, right? So I'm just at the house, kind of just lounging around, just chilling, waiting for the app to bing, right? So let's say an app comes in, a notification comes in for me to do a delivery. I click it, I click accept, and that's when I get dressed, that's when I get ready, right? So prior to me even going and dashing, I'm still taking another 5 minutes after I accepted the job, 5 to 10 minutes after I accepted the job to go pick up the food and deliver it, right? Okay. And so by the time I pick the food up, deliver it, I would at times get these notifications. Hey, ding, Dasher, you were late on this, this route, on this delivery, right? I would get a lot of late delivery notifications on my phone practically almost every time I was either still using the app or once I logged out, right? So this was kind of like a major red flag for DoorDash. And at times I will say, yeah, whenever I accept the job, I may take about 5 to 10 minutes of grace, whether I'm doing, getting dressed, using the bathroom, everything, make sure I'm good and stuff like that before I leave the house. But yeah, because like a lot of times these apps, even like an Instacart or Uber Eats or DoorDash, like they'll text your phone whenever they see that you're not moving from your current location from when you accepted it, right? So they'll text the phone saying, hey, you may want to get started, give yourself some more time to kind of pretty much deliver this. Hey, is everything okay? Things like that. Hey, please notify us if there's an emergency. Like, they'll send you these notifications to make sure that, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you moving? Right? Why is your current location still the same? Right? And so I would often currently get these notifications. Primarily, okay, I get it maybe on my first job. Maybe I wasn't on time to my first delivery. But every delivery after that, oh no. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like DoorDash, I feel like the app kind of is like very lagging and kind of janky at times. Cause I was like, there's no way I delivered that delivery late. Maybe my first ones I might have been a behind schedule just by a few minutes, but like even sometimes if you do DoorDash, if you do Uber Eats, you know this. Even at times, sometimes when you're on time early to pick up the food, sometimes the food ain't even ready. Let's be real. Sometimes that food is not even ready all the time. So like, you rushing, you trying to like do all this other, bruh, the food not even ready all the time, bro. Like, let's just keep it a bean. You know what I'm saying? Like, the food is not ready all the time. Right? So sometimes you may wait like an extra like 5 to 10 minutes once you get there. So it's like, does the app consider like, no, I don't go into my Dasher app and notify the customer, hey, I'm still waiting on the food. I don't do that maybe my mistake. But also I know as a consumer that sometimes utilize, order online. I know that when I order online, they tell me that your order has been put in, your order is being made, and that your order is in the process of being made. And they also notify when your order is done and when your order is picked up. So I know for a fact, if the order from me as the consumer, as the customer that's requesting to get my food delivered, if it doesn't say that my food is ready, how can, if that person that was dashing for me, that once they got to that store, they still had to wait for that order to be picked up, to be done, right? How can I say that that person was late on their delivery if the food wasn't done when I got there? You get what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I mean, was I on time to every delivery? I would say only like when I first log into the app, right? Like when I'm at the house, like, okay, I just accepted this order while I'm at the house chilling. You know what I'm saying? Let me put my clothes on. Let me use the restroom. Make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Grab some, some water before I leave the house. You know what I mean? That's the only time I may be late to picking up an order. You know what I'm saying? Everything other than that, man, like I'm moving. I'm on time. You know what I'm saying? Early. Like it was so many like times where I delivered an order and they said you were late. I was like, what? What? Are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be serious right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. Like it just be a lot sometimes, bro. But yeah, man, that was my experience with DoorDash, man. Like when I reopened that app, back to me reopening the app, man, like they told me that like, yo, your account with DoorDash has been deactivated. And to try to reboot it, I used to have two phones, right? So I had two different numbers. So instead of using my current number, I tried to use my other phone's number. But thing is, I turned my other phone off, transferred that number to here, and yeah, it just wasn't able to, restart it. But yeah, man, so that was my experience with DoorDash, man. It was good while it lasted. Even now that I even put an appeal note to DoorDash to kind of let them know, like, hey, I still want to dash. I tried to make it heartfelt, but I was just frustrated, and I was just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a whole 5-star on Instacart. And you know what I'm saying? I might even deliver some of those even late. You know what I'm saying? But DoorDash was like, no, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And I may make another video for y'all and another video for Instacart and Uber Eats. But just let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. What are y'all experience with DoorDash? Do y'all do any delivery apps, man? Tell me, you know what I'm saying, what you think about this video. Would you like to see more content and more videos like this from me moving forward, man? Tell me about y'all experiences. Let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate you guys that watched this video through and through. Appreciate y'all, man. Can't thank y'all enough. Without you guys, this motor does not move. Make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and also follow me on every social media platform at Jabari Showtime, all right? Peace.